Well, hi, welcome back. This is Gary. Welcome back to Story Vlog. And today I think it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but I wanted maybe then to give you some time just to ponder some of the things that I'll mention here today. So one of the core essentials is about being spirit-led. Another one has to do with reproducing. And the way that those kind of can come together is during our question time, the discover and response questions. But the thing that I want to express today is the aspect of the questions that the kids have in their minds and the questions that the kids get to ask. So often we're so concerned about, the head, the heart, and the hand questions that we need to ask the children to allow the Holy Spirit to come and to be the teacher inside their minds and inside their hearts. But what about times for the kids to be able to ask their questions? Because you see, the same Holy Spirit that lives within you and me also lives in the children that have come to a personal relationship with Christ. And so they too are encountering that living, breathing God within them through the Holy Spirit. And so often, because of the imagination that they have, they're asking questions too. And what do we do with those questions that they ask? I remember one time, and I may have shared this before, but let me repeat it one more time. The story of this 8-year-old boy that was listening to the Christmas story, which we've told and heard many times before. But then he was sitting there pondering and wondering and questioning. He said, now, if Mary's getting ready to have her baby, why wouldn't the rest of the family let her come to their place to have the baby? Why would she have to go to a barn and have a baby in a barn with all the other animals and everything? Great question from an 8-year-old. Do we allow the time for the kids to be able to ask those kind of questions? Do we allow the time to give them the opportunity to use their imagination and to ponder and to think and to ask those questions? And sometimes, we may not have an answer for it, and that's okay. Sometimes I've done it where it's really kind of fun to push the question back to the group and find out what they think. I had this one time where it was a little bit of an older group. It was a young adult group. And I was telling the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. And this one gal who I knew to be a believer said, was that really a miracle? Maybe everybody brought their lunches and they shared them with one another and then they were all fed. And as much as I was thinking, that is really, that's kind of a dumb question. But then I thought, you know what? But she's pondering, she's questioning, she's wondering. She wants to really know, could this really be true? It's stretching her faith to believe something greater for herself. And so instead of answering it myself, I pushed it back to the group. And I said, what do you guys think? And we had a discussion for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it was great. Because by the end of it, we probably retold the story probably 2 or 3 more times. And by the end of the time of looking at the story, having everybody's opinions and their questions being asked and answered, she finally came to the conclusion, you know what? That really was a miracle. And I thought, wow, God, you're so good. And I'm so glad that I could hold back my tongue and just be able to listen to the question and be able to push it back to the group or just allow the Spirit to also work in the midst of that, to answer her question and to stretch her faith, to realize that God is a miracle-working God. So as we look at being Spirit-led, as we look at reproducing, and for the kids to be able to share those stories with others, let them ask their questions. Ask them, do you guys have any questions for today? What are you pondering? What are you thinking? Because many times those will be great opportunities for them to be able to express their doubts, their fears, their concerns, their victories that they discover. It's allowing the Holy Spirit to do His awesome work in the lives of our children. So think about this week, as you prepare for your story club, your Sunday school, your club environment, ask the question, what questions do you have today? And see what happens. Remember to keep creating those environments where more kids get to encounter the love of Jesus. God bless you. Have a great week. Thanks.